A trailer for the trailer has been released for the upcoming sequel of God's Not Dead called God's Not Dead 2. So we're going to go ahead and watch this together because even though it's short, there's a lot that we can get out of it. Okay, so let's go ahead and switch real quick. Okay.
The God's Not Dead 2 trailer. Can't wait until Friday? Well, here's a sneak peek.
Oh, I'm so excited.
In this day and age, people...
All right, we'll pause it right there. Pureflix. Think of that. It's not Netflix, it's Pureflix because... we're pure and you're dirty. We're better than you. That's what I get from this. So already, I don't like this.
This day and age, people seem to forget that the most basic human right of all is the right to believe.
What? Okay, nobody's forgetting this. I don't think anybody's contending that we don't have the human right to believe what we want to believe. I think that anyone should believe in anything. And look, I don't care. If you want to believe in Jesus, you want to believe in Muhammad, you want to believe in the flying spaghetti monster, you can believe in whatever you want. Nobody's combating that. But the overall implication here is that, well, they're trying to take away that fundamental right because it's called God's Not Dead. Now, if you guys don't remember, God's Not Dead is the movie where they basically painted a big caricature of atheists and made them out to be these terrible people. So this movie is ridiculous. It just reinforces the Christian persecution complex. And just in that first line, you already know where they're going with it. So let's continue.
Please don't breathe! Please don't breathe!
No prayers, no moments of silence, nothing.
Hang on, I want to pause it really quick because the irony. That was Melissa Joan Hart. She played Sabrina the Teenage Witch. When I was a Christian kid, I wasn't allowed to watch that show because it was about a witch and that deals with the occult. So it's ironic that she's now in a Christian movie and she's peddling something that's the opposite when she used to peddle the occult, which is contrary to religiosity. Now, furthermore, she stated something, this lady on the phone, about no prayer, no nothing, and she's talking about it in class, presumably. But see, that's not just about your right to be a Christian. If you want prayer in schools, what you want to do is impose your religion on everyone else. So the kids who are Buddhists, the kids who are Hindus, the kids who are Muslims, who are atheists, they're going to be forced to acquiesce and pray because you can't just pray to yourself. I mean, prayer isn't about, praying in public. If you want to pray, you can say a prayer real quick in your head. Nobody's stopping you from doing that, but you can't have schools mandate it because then the government would be mandating this, and that's against the First Amendment. So let's continue.
Think of the other children out there who are
They denied God's existence. Ugh, insufferable.
subjected to their repressive belief system.
If we sit by and do nothing, the pressure that we're feeling today will mean persecution tomorrow.
See, here we go. Now we get to the crux of it. The persecution that we're feeling, or the pressure that we're feeling today, will turn to persecution tomorrow. I don't think you guys got to worry about that. You are now 70% of the country, over 70%. People agree with you. Nobody's persecuting you. See, if you're a Christian in Egypt, you can make the case that your Christian beliefs are being persecuted. If you're a Christian in Iraq, you can make that case. But in America, you don't get to make that case. American Muslims can say they're being persecuted because they are. But if you're a Christian, you guys are the ones doing the persecuting, because who was it that led the fight in 2008 to repeal marriage equality in California with Prop 8? It was religious organizations. It was the Mormons. It was the Christians too. So, come on, who's really being repressed here? Again, persecution complex.
War. We look forward to seeing you at Woodlawn this coming weekend. And remember, get there early so you can see the full trailer of God's Not Dead 2.
Oh, I will. Okay, so the reason why I'm talking about this is because it's the goal of the Humanist Report to break down misinformation. That's one of my goals here. And this is clearly perpetuating misinformation. I don't care if you do a Christian movie where you talk about how, it's difficult to get through this one issue and God helped me. That's fine. I don't care. But when you start trying to create movies that have broader political implications that could potentially influence individuals to fight from a legal standpoint to impose their religious views on everyone else, well, now I've got a problem. Now you've come into my territory. See, I don't care if you're religious at all, but I'm an anti-theist when it comes to the public sphere. We should be 100% secular because our Constitution is secular. Now, if you try to get prayer enforced in schools, if you try to erect religious statues on public property, well, that's violating the First Amendment, very explicitly so. So I'm against these types of movies if they're going to have political implications. You could talk about whatever you want to, but I'm going to critique you if you're going to try to make it political and state that you're being persecuted and that you should take action. You don't have to do anything. You are the majority. You are the definition of a privileged person if you were a Christian in the U.S., because nobody's going to question you. Nobody's going to critique you. If you come out as an atheist, well, now people are going to be like, what, you're an atheist? How dare you? I mean, look at the way that they try to demonize atheists in here. Look at your repressive religion, which it is repressive, but the way they make it so that way we're constantly poking at Christians and trying to repress them and persecute them. The fact of the matter is that you guys are the ones trying to back everyone else into a corner and getting them to acquiesce to your religion. But you can't do that. We're not a Christian nation when it comes to the Constitution. You can say that from a demographic standpoint, we're a Christian nation because we have a ton of Christians in this country, but we got to follow the Constitution, and I'm sorry, you guys aren't being persecuted. So you really need to stop trying to play the victims. They really, really want to be the victims, but American Christians are not persecuted. Again, if you're in Egypt and you're a Christian, I feel for you and I'd fight for your rights, but you're in America and you have all the privilege in the world, so sit down.